Hey everyone, Alex Ionescu here. Welcome to Investor's Guide to the Galaxy. Elon Musk has found new Twitter CEO. Tesla cuts prices on supercharging in Europe by up to 25%. US Transportation Secretary says Tesla shouldn't call it Autopilot because the software requires driver attention. Although before we start, if you find this video helpful, it would mean a lot to me if you crashed the like button and subscribe to my channel. It's totally free and takes just a split second. If you want to show more appreciation, consider subscribing to my Patreon. Now, let's dive right into it. Tesla stock price. Yesterday, up 2%. Year to date, up 59%. Past year, down 30%. Past 5 years, up 807%. First, let's hear Cathy Wood talk about Elon Musk and Twitter in an Axios interview.
Push and get us there, just like we needed him to push on the EV side and get us there. But he's almost there, and I do think he has time to devote to Twitter. And I think, you know what? If he's happy, I'm happy. You know, he's excited. He's excited, which is fantastic.
He hasn't gotten a CEO for Twitter yet. Like, do you expect him to? Do you want him to?
I think he wanted to clean house first and you know, and become more transparent, certainly make the algorithms more transparent and help people understand, you know, what is allowed and not allowed as opposed to, you know, random censoring. So I think he's on a mission there, and I think it's a good mission.
He's definitely learning about content moderation, that's for sure. So CEO coming eventually?
You know, he says he wants to bring in a CEO, and I think he really loves bringing the physical and the digital world together. This is less that, however exciting it may be, but yeah, I think that he will bring in a CEO.
To the point, Elon Musk tweeted on May 11, 2023, excited to announce that I've hired a new CEO for X/Twitter. She will be starting in 6 weeks. My role will transition to being executive chairman and CTO, overseeing product, software, and system operations. And here Mr. Beast replies, I call dibs if she doesn't work out. Funny, right? On Reuters, Elon Musk said on Thursday he has found a new chief executive for Twitter, but did not name the person. While the Wall Street Journal reported that Comcast, NBC Universal executive Linda Yaccarino was in talks for the job. Interesting. Musk, who took over as CEO of Twitter when he completed his $44 billion purchase of the company in October, said in December that he would step aside as CEO once he found someone foolish enough to take the job. He said that he would then run Twitter's software and servers team. The Wall Street Journal cited people familiar with the situation in saying that Yaccarino was in talks for the top post. This rumor about Yaccarino is from a Silicon Valley executive and a former Hollywood executive who spoke on condition of anonymity. Yaccarino, the top advertising sales executive at NBC Universal, interviewed Musk at an advertising conference in Miami last month. At the conference, Yaccarino encouraged the audience to welcome Musk with applause and lauded his work ethic. Many of you in this room know me, and you know I pride myself on my work ethic, she said, adding, buddy, I met my match. US Transportation Secretary says Tesla shouldn't call it Autopilot because the software requires driver attention. Tesla's decision to call its driver assist software Autopilot has been the topic of conversation for years, with many saying it is misleading because it doesn't make the car fully autonomous. The latest to echo that sentiment is U.S. Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg. In an interview with the Associated Press on Thursday, the top U.S. transportation official expressed his concern with the name and said it shouldn't be called Autopilot because the vehicles are not capable of driving themselves and still require the driver to be attentive. I don't think that something should be called, for example, an autopilot when the fine print says you need to have your hands on the wheel and eyes on the road at all times, he said. Back in 2020, Hallmark's catalog said on Twitter, ever notice how planes have autopilot, but they still have two human pilots? Autopilot does not replace human operators. Instead, Autopilot assists the operator's control of the vehicle, allowing the operator to focus on broader aspects of operation. This quote is from Wikipedia. Elon Musk then in 2020 replied, Tesla Autopilot was literally named after the term used in aviation. Also, what about Autobahn? Funny. Elon Musk replied on Twitter to this article yesterday with a link to Autopilot on Wikipedia. Funny, right? Tesla cuts prices on supercharging in Europe by up to 25%. It seems we learn about new Tesla price cuts a few times a week these days. However, this time it's not the EV's maker cars, but rather its proprietary DC fast charging network. Tesla has now cut supercharging prices in most European markets. As most legacy automakers feel the transition from gas to electric cars, budgets are constrained and they are losing money. This will change over time, but the initial investments are substantial. Tesla spent most of its existence on the verge of bankruptcy, but now it's in a position of advantage over most rivals as its margins are impressive, it's generating profits, it has lots of wiggle room as far as cash flow is concerned, and it's growing exponentially. Energy prices in Europe are finally leveling off after much turmoil. Tesla CEO Elon Musk noted over the past few years that the current global economic situation was such that the company had to plan for the worst. It raised prices and made forecasts on the safe side to ensure that it didn't end up in a dire situation. Now that the pandemic has officially come to an end, supply chain issues are fading away and the price of energy appears to be somewhat stable, companies can begin to transition back to the way things were before all the turmoil. The war in Ukraine also had a notable impact, and while the conflict hasn't been resolved, it's having much less of an impact than it was in the past year. With energy prices high in the recent past, fast charging an EV at a public station was getting pricey. When people buy an electric car, they are told they'll save money on fuel costs, and that's true. However, if they were doing most of their charging at a Tesla supercharger or any public DC fast charging station, they may not have been so happy about the cost, especially over the last year or so in Europe. According to Electrek, Tesla has reduced supercharger prices in most areas of Europe by 10 to 20%. Meanwhile, some markets are getting a 25% price cut, such as Spain. It's also important to note that this doesn't just impact Tesla owners. Many supercharger stations in Europe are already open to all non-Tesla EVs, so those owners will be reaping the benefits as well. According to Tesla Energy on Twitter, Powerwall now available in Spain. Good news. If you watched the video till now, I have a bonus for you. Some interesting stuff from Mercedes. Mercedes EQG does a G-turn like a tank turn. Very interesting. Cool, right? I'd like to know your opinion on all of this. Please leave a comment below. If you like this video, please smash the like button so that other people like you see this video. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much. I appreciate all of you that watch my videos. See you next time.